Big day, huh?
KJ, obviously there's been a lot of talk, especially from Brandon Graham, about your relationship with Jalen.
Yeah.
You just want to offer any clarity on what's going on?
Yeah, BG was just being BG. He's emotional. In that case, he just misspoke. You know, me and Jalen are good. So he's BG, guys. So everybody loves BG. You know, he's speaking from the heart. You know, he's just giving his perception on something from the outside. So
He's around you guys all the time, though.
Yeah.
Could you see where there might be a misperception based on?
I think that's what everybody. I think that's what the world did. You know, they perceived what I said about passing and felt like it was an attack on Jalen, and I think that's what he did. You know, me and Jalen relationship is personal. So I mean, so yeah, I can see that.
How would you characterize your relationship with Jalen right now?
Me and his relationship are good. So
Does any of this impact football, AJ?
sorry to say that.
Does any of this impact football?
Not at all, man. We're trying to go out here and do our job each and every Sunday. It's no personal or business. Like I said, BG is just speaking, and he just kept speaking, and it's whatever.
When you mentioned passing, a lot of people obviously took that as a criticism on Jalen. What did you mean by passing?
You know, when he asked the question what the offense can do better, obviously it's not running the ball. He's about to win MVP, like literally. So what other thing we do on offense? We have to pass the ball, and that can go into protection. That go picking up a block. That go to us getting open quicker, being on the same page. Jalen reads or whatever the case may be. It's a collect group of things, and you know I think they just kind of just spent it that way, and you know, and I said that for a reason. You know, honestly, because like we went to the Super Bowl and lost. We tried again next year. It was 10 and whatever our record is, and it was a landslide. And here we go again. And it's something that we can correct right now while we have the opportunity. And that's why I was bringing the awareness of bringing it to everybody's attention. Like, it's something we can focus on. Like, we know we can run the ball. Saquon is doing a great job. Like, we're not against running the ball. We love Saquon. Ask him what I tell him at the end of the game. End the game. Like, do your job. End the game. Like, so this is fine. I'm okay with being whatever bad guy I have to be for the city, the town, whatever the case may be, for my team to holding everybody accountable, be accountable, and to get better. So if I'm that guy, I will be that guy gladly. So that's just what it is.
Is it frustrating sometimes when it feels like there's outside narratives that are kind of infiltrating?
No, honestly, because you know we don't care. You know, we're not in it for feelings. We're not in trying to hold everybody's hands. We're going out here trying to do a job, and we're holding everybody accountable. And so when I say passing, that's speaking on the entire offense, including myself. So we're not in it for feelings. We're trying to hold the Lombardi up and end a trophy. That's the end goal. So who cares if they want to spin it and perceive me to be a bad guy? I'm throwing somebody on the bus. Who cares? Like, it's about what we're trying to do at the end. So.
Brandon said he was going to apologize to you and Jalen. Have you talked about it?
Yeah, I talked to both guys. I talked to both guys. I'm going to keep that between us. You know, so yeah.
Were you stunned when you heard it? There's a problem with what PJ said. Were you stunned by anything?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't know what was going on. I tried to laugh it off at first, but it's Philly, you know. And I'm not blaming it on the media or internet, but you know, it's just Philly.
Nick said that he incorporated it into
Yeah.
his team.
Yeah.
So, what did you take away from that?
I'm gonna keep that between us and the team. So yeah.
What does the passing game, like how does the passing game have to improve? Like what do you guys need to do?
To go into detail, like last game, it was protection. It was picking up a block. It was maybe reads on Jalen's part. It was us getting open quicker, or being where we need to be. You know, and it's a timing thing. You know, and it's not saying like the sky's falling with our passing game, but just something to bring awareness to focus on it and to triple down on it to get better in the moment where we have. You know, I was a little frustrated. It's the Panthers. Not saying they're a bad football team, but you know, we go out here and try to dominate, and that wasn't a dominant performance. We know the players we have in this locker room, and we talk about the things that we want to do, and that wasn't what we're capable of. And not saying everything has to go perfect every single game, because we know it plays different every single time, but that's not what we talk about And I only said what I said because it was like self-inflicted. If somebody making a play, kudos to them. They're in the NFL too, But if it's self-inflicted, definitely gonna speak up about it, and we definitely gonna try to correct those mistakes and move forward.
We'll do a couple more. Weeks, the offense, you haven't thrown downfield quite as much. Is that part of your frustration?
Again, just trying to be on the same page, regardless of if it's down the field. We just want to be on the same page. So.
Nick has talked about the importance of finding joy in wins, even when you're not playing to the standard. How do you balance those things when you want more, but you still got to win?
I think, honestly, Nick may be talking to the guys that are new here, because of the guys that have been here. Like I said, we have faced those emotions of going to the Super Bowl and losing. Last season, it been a season that we're not proud of, and right now we have an opportunity to correct those things. So sometimes, whenever we win, we're still not satisfied, and we can't be satisfied. We have to continue to keep growing and keep pushing forward. So, for some of us, the win is a win, and we trying to keep going. It's not too much joy into it. It's just we sacrificing our lives with this, and it's just like we're putting all our eggs in one basket and hoping they pay off. And it's not a good feeling when you get to the edge and you fall short. And we've done that twice, so we have an opportunity to fix everything and move forward.
AJ, do you feel like you're last year you didn't speak because you didn't want to say the wrong thing, and then this time you did speak and you didn't say a whole lot, but do you feel like sometimes you're just misunderstood? Or
I'm not even gonna play the victim role. I said what I said for a reason, to bring that awareness. So like I said, that's why I said what I said. So regardless of if I'm misunderstood or however I'm perceived, that's fine.
Last one, Zach.
Jalen did say the slow start, saying maybe that's kind of who we are. What do you think you guys could do to correct that slow start?
I don't know. I really don't know. But we're definitely trying our best to put our best foot forward and to be efficient when we go on the field to start the game. To get the game rolling. So.
All right, thanks, guys. All right,
Thanks,
guys.
AJ.
Thanks, everybody.
Appreciate it.
I think it's kind of different, but is there any kind of common theme that you've seen from?
Not really. Like you said, every kick's very different. Every condition is very different. Every situation is very different. So not a whole lot of commonalities there now.
Okay. How's your confidence right now?
Confidence is fine. Came in today, hit the ball well, and I'm only going to go off the last time I hit a football, and that was today, and it felt good.
Is that ever a difficult thing to keep the confidence high when the kicks aren't going in at the rate you're used to?
Yeah, it's part of the gig, but that's also part of how you got to rebound at this position. I understand that it's a very black and white position, so when things aren't going great, you got to be able to respond quickly and fix it fast.
What's the key to being able to do that? Because it's easy to say it, but it's probably a little harder to do it.
Yeah, the key is just getting back out there and doing it. Really, that's it. I couldn't wait for today to get back out there and just kick the football around a little bit and feel and get back into a good rhythm, and that's what we did today.
Is there anything that your teammates can do to make sure that you're?
No, I'm good.
Take me through the end of that game. There's a chance for a long field goal. Was that within your range? Did you feel like you can make that, or how does that conversation go?
You talking about when we punted at the end of the game?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an ongoing. It's a fluid line kind of at the end of that. At that point, we're having discussions about it. I'm talking through Tyler. Tyler's talking through Clay. Clay's talking to Nick. And we were into a pretty strong wind at that time, probably a pretty low percentage play to kick it there. Braden did a great job punting it down there. Avante made a great play.
Some people have kind of taken that as Nick not showing confidence in you, but you didn't take it that way?
That's fair. No, not at all. Not at all.
You said that's fair? Is that because we don't know the conditions, or why do you think that is?
Why we didn't kick that ball?
Yeah.
Well, it's the conditions. Yeah, it's an ongoing conversation with me and Nick, and we're talking back and forth about it. It's not a knock on the confidence for me at all. I understand the conditions. I'm very aware of them, and I'm understanding at that being a pretty low percentage kick at the time.
Jake, what do you do when you go through a period where things aren't going the way you totally want?
I just keep swinging. I know the numbers don't look great right now. I feel pretty good about where I'm at hitting the ball. I know a couple of the long ones haven't gone through, and I own that, and I wish they all went through. But like I was telling him, every kick is very different. I missed a 52-yarder in pretty windy conditions. Obviously, I want to make all of them, but that's not probably realistic all the time. So, unfortunately, some of them haven't gone through.
the sample size is it's so small, right? So how do you not get lost in just the results of make or miss?
I mean, I'm not a stats guy. I'm not a stats guy at all. I never look at them during the year. So, like, if you ask me what my percentage was right now, I have no idea. I really am a game-to-game, kick-by-kick person. Every kick's very different. I know it's a very black and white position, and it's easy to dissect from the outside, but hit the ball great today. Feel good about where I'm at, and I'm just going to keep going.
Have you always been like that? Not a stats guy?
Yeah, never a stats guy.
One thing I've heard from Eagles fans who obviously love you and are trying to figure out how to get the best out of you is the idea that should you be doing kickoffs again to keep you fresh and warm mid-game. Does that make any sense to you?
I mean, I can understand it from an outsider's perspective. From my perspective, I got a kicking note that I'm in all game long, and it's not taken away from me being warm or loose or in the rhythm of the game.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Who's first? Ladies first, gentlemen, you can wait. Ladies, please.
About me?
Away.
Okay. So when you're sitting at home, whatever you're doing on Monday, and those things kind of, the comments that BG made surface on social media, what's your perspective? You're the one in the locker room all the time with these guys.
Everyone is entitled to their opinion. You know, I can't control what comes out of my teammates' mouth. Of course. But in all truthfulness, I know the truth, and there's nothing I can do. You know, it's up to the court of public opinion after that, and nothing that we can ever say can change that. So.
Is it frustrating when there
It is.
outside distractions?
And it's not. It's just frustrating, because now you can spin the story however you want, and you have no control over that.
What is the truth that you see on a daily basis?
That when they come to work, and they want to win a Super Bowl. That's the truth. So it's frustrating to see that a lot of people want to take this and spin it however they want, saying these two are the reasons that the offense is bad. But the truth is, our offense is great. We play complementary football, and that's when the pass game isn't there, the run game is. Now we got to work on the pass game, and we got to do our job up front. I said this on the WIP call yesterday. A couple plays where I ran the wrong play, and those were shots to AJ. But it's such a miscommunication thing, when people who don't understand the game, not to put it like that, but that's just the truth. When you see somebody say something like that, it's kind of like a glass half full type of thing.
Jordan, was this addressed in a team meeting today at all, and did it seem like if it was, that this is now over?
Yes. We are moving on. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers this week, not the AJ Brown and Jalen show. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's it.
Speaking of the Steelers, obviously you have a pretty tough assignment with their edge rushers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What's that going to be like?
It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great matchup. So I think the depth that they have at the Steelers D-line is credit to them for building that. We have depth too, and we got a great five up front, and it's going to be a battle for sure.
In that locker room, you guys run the ball at the highest clip in the NFL. So you have a great flow going. On the flip side, pass the ball the least along there.
Yeah.
So something to be said about striking that balance and being able to find the rhythm in both ways, in passing and running.
Yeah, I mean, we just we go out there and we just run the plays that are being called, and we try our best to execute those passes. Sometimes it's a collective of things. People say want to blame everything on Jalen, but that's just not it's not all that. That's not, the blame shouldn't be put on him. Are we giving him enough time to get through his reads? Are the receivers getting up? It's a collective effort. The receivers getting open, and then you look at it from like a coaching. Is the scheme good? There's multiple reasons why our pass game isn't as good as it was. But we're working on it, and it's great. I'm excited for this week.
In the locker room after the game, there was a lot of frustration, yourself included.
Yeah.
Do you think that self-awareness is a positive thing rather than the alternative?
100%. None of us here who were here last year don't want that to repeat. So the fact that we didn't play to the standard that we know we can play at, especially with the caliber of this team, it was upsetting. But the North Carolina Panthers showed up, and they showed up. So we've got to give credit to them as well. They've been playing some good ball.
Nick said that the leadership on this team the coaches spend a lot of time during the off season, like building the culture for situations like this. How are you seeing that?
It's great. It hasn't affected anything, guys. Like, there's no like. We keep the main thing. Not to use a Jalen Hurts quote, but we keep the main thing, and that's the beauty of it. I think they've done a great job of getting guys, even from free agent signings. They've just bought into the system. That distraction on Monday is already in the past. It's just what can we do today to prepare us for Sunday?
From Nick's post-game speech on, and in the comments, he spoke a lot about finding the joy in the win. I know you moved on from last year. That didn't always seem the case last year. Is that an emphasis for you as a captain?
Yes, especially because we still come in on Mondays to get our corrections. I think last year was kind of a lot of victory Monday and focusing on the recovery side and not really the accountability side. But that's last year. This is a new year. That's why we come in on Monday. We get that lift in, crack out some of that soreness, and then we go to our team meeting and also our position meetings to get our corrections. So
you said that last year. You say that the distraction on Monday is already behind you. How do you make sure that it is forever?
You can't control that, but you got to continue to talk to the guys who are struggling. If it's young guys, you got to talk to them every day. Like, dude, you can't let those things distract you from the main goal. And those two guys will tell you they're not going to let. They would hate for this to be a distraction for us. So it's like, the longer you're in the NFL, you just got to realize, be where your feet are at, and move on to the next play.
Jordan, the Steelers run defense. They're aggressive, kind of like the Ravens run defense. But what stands out to you about them?
Effort, well disciplined. Like, you can tell they're very, very well coached up front. They all apply the same technique, very Army type. Like, they just look all very uniform. Not Army type. I meant uniform.
Yeah.
So,
well, they could be like armor.
Shit, they look like it.
Beyond Nick, did any other leaders speak in front of the team in the last couple of weeks?
We're going to keep that in-house. I'll keep that in-house. We don't need to keep spreading any stories that doesn't concern anyone that's not on the squad. So, if anyone else, if those guys who are involved want to speak on it, they'll speak on it. But I've been telling everyone else, this is not our business. Our business is Sunday. Our business are the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's what we got to take care of. That's what we can control. Can't control anything else. We can't keep giving you guys. I mean, you guys are my friends, but can't keep giving you guys any more stories because that's a distraction. But the beauty of it is that we can work on eliminating distractions. So, the more questions you guys ask, the better we can drill it.
So this is practice.
It's practice.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thanks.